Stars and Strings. Our sister station, Kiss Country, is bringing back Stars and Strings, featuring Dierks Bentley, Dasha, Nate Smith, Zach Top, Hudson, and more at Hard Rock Live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood on November 6th. If you guys want to win tickets to go see Stars and Strings, text the word STARS to 20357. Text STARS to 20357. Tickets are on sale now at starsandstrings.com. Stars and Strings supports Folds of Honor. For more information, go to WQM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates apply. Do not text and drive. Stars and Strings coming your way this fall. Check it out. Just like Footy Football, which will be back here before you know it. We're in the midst of training camp right now.
July went by fast, huh?
It did. It did go by fast.
And I like it. Usually July and August, oh my God.
Can drag a little bit. But no, it has flown by, Vlad. It has flown by.
What has happened that it just kind of flew by?
Just blink, dude.
It felt like it was the 4th of July came, boom. And then
Yep. I feel like we were just a minute ago. You and Frog Boy were loading up on fireworks with the guy at the security guard.
Yeah.
You know?
I just found a couple of bottle rockets just loose in my garage.
Do you save those fireworks for like Labor Day?
No. Go get some new ones.
Re-up.
Re-up. I think I'm going to do it for New Year's.
Yeah, is Labor Day known as a firework holiday? Maybe at a park.
Hey, I live in Davie. What the hell you think?
Every day's a firework holiday. Whatever you want, we'll make it happen.
I was saying, like,
do fireworks for Halloween.
Somebody was blowing up fireworks on Juneteenth.
Oh man!
Come on, man. They don't need a reason. It's a holiday. They ain't got to work.
Just figure it out. So Tua Tagovailoa, he was on NFL Network this weekend and did an interview with Cam Wolfe, Bucky Brooks, and was talking a lot of things, but obviously everybody wanted to get his feelings on the Tyreek Hill situation, which he addressed a little bit, I thought, well, in his media session last week. But
I think he was pretty honest about it. Everybody,
he honest push.
I think everybody was probably in line with what he said. It wasn't a shock. He didn't go out of his way, including Tyreek.
Yeah. Well, let's hear a little bit from Tua. For those who didn't hear it, this was when Cameron Wolfe asked him about where things stand with Tyreek. Here's what Tua had to say on NFL Network.
You mentioned growth and leadership. Like earlier this week, we were talking to you about Tyreek, and obviously he had the moment last year where he says, "I'm out, bro," and everybody saw that. And you talked about the relationship building you have to do. To me, I saw an accountability, a level of leadership that maybe we wouldn't have saw from you year 1, year 2. Can you maybe take us through your process there and your relationship there?
No doubt. I would say from that comment last year, yeah, you know, it's not like only one person was going to hear that. Like, Cheetah had to have known that. Okay, if I'm saying this, you know, I'm going to make sure the team knows. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make sure the quarterback knows. I'm going to make sure the fans know. I'm going to make sure everybody knows. Mm-hmm. The league knows. I'm going to keep everybody on notice when I make this comment. And could it have been in the heat of the moment? Sure, you could say that. But at the end of the day, it came out. And whether you portrayed it to be something different because you're a competitor or not, that's not up for you to decide. Mm-hmm. That's up for people in their own minds to create that, whatever they thought that meant for them, right? And so just like anybody else, like, yeah, of course, Cheetah's a great player, phenomenal player. But in the locker room, that's where everything, the nitty-gritty, the relationships, the hard conversations, like, that's where you build each other up. That's why, you know, you kind of work on each other as well. You have those conversations there.
Leroy said that. That was the first thing Leroy said after the incident. Like, don't worry about talking to the media. He has to get the trust of the guys in the locker room.
Yeah,
for sure.
I learned one of the first lessons that I learned when I got into the league. You're a running back. Nobody cares on if the coaching staff likes what you do. You better have you better have the love of the 5 guys blocking for you, because what they are willing to do if they know you one of them or they know you giving your all will be different if just the coaches like you. And that has been true in every sport that I've seen and that we've all seen. When a team likes you, right? For example, in basketball, if a team don't like you and you go get pummeled, ain't nobody there to back you up. If a team love you, it's about to be a street fight.
Terry Rozier's only good moment from last year was punching Amen Thompson right in the face for throwing Tyler.
That shows the respect that other players have for Tyler. And so when you lose that, right, it may not show up in all situations, but there'll be situations where somebody could have dudes back and they just say, he ain't with us like that.
Here's the rest of Tua's comments in that answer to Cam Wolf and Bucky Brooks on NFL Network.
Reek is going through his own phase of who he wants to become as a man in this league, who he wants to become as a father for his kids. And I said this in the previous interview, you know, it's never too late for anybody to want to change, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, regardless of what that looks like for them, that's their stepping stone, that's their journey, and that's what it is. And we're still continuing to build that relationship. But if that happened maybe 3 years ago, you know, I can understand what you're saying. I probably wouldn't have, because in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to be talking bad about somebody, or, you know, because I wouldn't want that done to me. But I don't feel it's me talking bad about my teammate. Kind of what you said. I'm just trying to hold him accountable, because that's what we're trying to do with everybody on our team. And if this is what we say the standard is, then that's what the standard is, and nobody's exempt from it.
Yep. Agreed. That, you know, when you have a player, no matter how great he is, when he doesn't act above the special teams guy, when you go in that locker room, everybody loves that dude, right? I would say that was one of the glaring differences between Chris Carter and Randy Moss, right? Not saying that Chris Carter was all about winning, so he wasn't a throw me the damn ball type guy, right? But you always knew, having a conversation with Chris Carter, he wasn't one of you. Whereas Randy, we gonna eat chicken wings, we gonna hang out, and then he'd go out and catch 3 passes for 150 on Thanksgiving, right? And so there's different levels to it.
No, what do we think about after this interview happened? Do with it what you will. Could be something.
Wait, what?
Could be nothing.
Why you got to throw Tobin into it?
I'm just saying, could be something.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Nothing. Let me just hear it.
Who you? Tyreek?
I don't have comments. Little Tyreek Hill thing. Tyreek Hill apparently has been doing good with coming out with everybody and, you know, stretching with the team.
Because he's not coming out late.
The team,
right?
Then today
came out late.
Jeez. He practiced.
But he
was
late.
What I would say is this, and somebody will get in his ear, and believe it or not, if he has a legitimate excuse, the coach will let everybody else know, so they don't think that he's doing Tyreek things. But it's not up to anybody in that locker room to make the situation right other than Tyreek. Nobody else did anything, right? And how he chooses to show that, yeah, I'm one of you guys and I'm with the team and it's time for me to get some get right, because I've been humbled. He's got to be the guy to show that. So what does that mean?
A lot of passes.
I don't know, but if nobody knows what happened, you best believe there's some eyebrows on the field when he comes out going, here we go again.
Yeah, right?
Right? Here we go. So think about it this way. Okay. Does that mean if Tyreek start the season have a 200-yard game, that he gonna be back to being Tyreek of last year, where he can just do whatever he wants?
I don't think look, this is just me with him, okay? I don't trust anything that he says. And this is nothing that, like, you can't trust anything that he says. And I've always said this. He's not a liar. He's a whopper teller. He'll go one way or the other way completely.
Right.
You can't take anything that he says at face value. Right. But, you know,
but so, still, there's certain things you can't say.
Sure.
Yeah. And what happened at the end of last year is a no-no.
You can't say that. It's a no-no.
Right.
For sure.
Okay. All right.
But I'm just but I'm looking at it. Look, I love what Tua's doing. I think Tua, and I think the fact that he's got that accountability. Look, obviously Tyreek Hill knows he needs Tua to be successful. We saw how much he hated playing with those backups last year. I can't imagine Zach Wilson.
We all did.
Yeah, we all saw it. But I'm just telling you that, you know, I don't quite have my arms around, oh, this is going to be okay with Tyreek yet. I don't.
Wow.
Wow, damn it, Schmeething. God. I just got hit with 2 body shots, and I have to take a standing 8 count.
You got the Oscar De La Hoya right now, Schmeething. That thing hit 3 seconds to factor in, and now you on a one knee like this.
Schmeething says a Whopper eater can always step out a Whopper teller. I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it, bro. I think the ref called the
Witcher. Throw the towel.
TKO. Wow.
So look, I think, you know, what sucks is, what's unfortunate about this is Tyreek has put himself in a situation where the only thing that matters is his actions, right? I think nobody cares what he has to say. They just want to see what kind of teammate he is, what kind of accountability and what kind of standard he's held to. And I think that's kind of what Tua said, right? Like, yeah, this is an ongoing thing. So what happens when you're in that situation of Tyreek is that everything you do is under a microscope. And I'm not talking about playing. That's what sucks. Like, he has gotten to the point where it's not even about his playing ability anymore. It's about all the other stuff. When you think about what happened last offseason, how the season started, what's going on now, right? Everybody's like, we know Tyreek can play. It's the other stuff. That's, you know, and that's the only person that can fix that is him.
I have a question, guys.
Sure.
You know, now that they've asked this question to Tua and he's responded in a way that a lot of people wanted him to respond.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you know what's going to happen the first at least 4 or 5 weeks of the season. Obviously, everything, wins and losses matters and everything like that. But in the context of the winning, if Tyreek's not getting as many targets or receptions as he once did,
right?
There's
going to be a narrative that
for sure.
No, but you want me to tell you what I do? You want me to tell you what teams do?
Mm-hmm.
This is a fact. You get anytime you talk to a guy that plays for another team or whatever, right? They look at a team, and usually every team has one of those receivers, right? Where they're the guy. And what they do is early on in the game, they do everything to make the quarterback's eyes go in a different direction, right? So as a defense, I can eliminate Tyreek. It may take 2 or 3 players. It may take a rolling of the defense. But if that's your sole goal and Tua is chewing you up on the other side of the field, then you got to just accept that, and we got to see that.
But football wise, right, Leroy?
Right.
Story wise.
No, I know. But
and especially if like Waddle's getting a lot of reception.
Everybody gonna say, "Oh, they just turned to throw it to Waddle instead." No,
I don't think it's gonna happen. He's too intoxicating to throw the football too. Like he's gonna be available. He's gonna be there for and Tua's gonna give him the football. Like I get it. It could be a thing if we want it to be a thing, but I think you said it, Vlad, on the front end of it. It's record. Like if the team is not playing well, that's what's gonna make it a Molotov cocktail of we're gonna be looking for the outs. I don't think a Dolphins team that's playing well doesn't have Tyreek being like nullified. I think he's going to be part of that.
I would.
I think Tua's going to get him the football.
I would agree with that, but
I think it's part of the reason why they weren't so crazy about paying Jonnu. Like, I think they were like, let's be real about it. We need to get back to giving these guys the football more. Right. So we'll take a break.